You think you're in control, but your brain is doing weird stuff all day without asking you. Here are 7 strange things your brain does every day, and once you notice them, you can't unsee them. 1. Your brain edits reality. Right now, it feels like you're seeing the world in real time, but you're not. Your brain is basically a prediction machine. It doesn't wait for reality and then react. It guesses what's about to happen, and then it fills in the details. That's why you can read sentences with missing letters and still understand them. That's why you can recognize a friend's face instantly, even in bad lighting. And that's why you sometimes see something that isn't there, like mistaking a jacket on a chair for a person. Here's the creepy part. Your brain is always balancing 2 things: what it expects based on your past, what it receives from your eyes and ears, and if the signal is unclear, your brain leans harder on expectations. That's why at night, every shadow looks suspicious, and why when you're anxious, even neutral faces can look angry. So the next time you think, "I know I saw that," remember, your brain is not a camera, it's an editor. And the next one is even stranger. Your brain can literally delete things you're looking at. 2. Your brain deletes what you're not paying attention to. Have you ever searched for your phone while it's literally in your hand? That's not you being dumb. That's your brain being efficient. Your brain filters reality hard, because if it didn't, you'd be overwhelmed every second. You're surrounded by thousands of details, tiny sounds, textures, colors, background movement, faces, signs, lights. And your brain goes, "Nope, too much. We're keeping only what matters." This is why you can miss obvious things right in front of you. It's called inattentional blindness, when your brain simply doesn't register something because it wasn't part of the task. Your brain isn't trying to show you reality. It's trying to help you survive. So it highlights threats, goals, movement, anything emotionally important, and it dims the rest. That's why when you're stressed, you can walk into a room and forget why you came. Your brain is prioritizing danger mode over memory mode. Now here's the scary one. Your brain can make you feel a vibe about someone before you even know why. 3. Your brain judges people before you realize it. You meet someone for the first time, and within seconds you feel, "I like them," or "I don't trust them." But if someone asks why, you might not even know. That's because a big part of your brain is doing rapid scanning before your conscious mind catches up. Your brain is reading tiny signals, tone of voice, posture, micro-expressions, eye contact, speed of movement, whether they mirror you, how predictable they feel. And it compares that to your past experiences, like, have we seen this pattern before? Was it safe or not safe? This is one reason trauma is so powerful. It teaches the brain to detect patterns fast. But even without trauma, everyone has this. Sometimes it's accurate. Sometimes it's totally wrong, because it's based on limited data and old memories. That's why you can feel uneasy around a perfectly nice person, because they remind your brain of someone else. So when you get a strong first impression, try this. Don't blindly trust it, but don't ignore it either. Treat it like a signal, not a verdict. And if you think you choose what you want, wait until you hear what your brain does next. 4. Your brain wants what's forbidden. Reactance. The moment something is forbidden, it becomes 10 times more interesting. Tell a kid, "Don't touch that." What happens? Their entire soul becomes, "I must touch it." Adults do the same thing, just more quietly. This is a real brain effect called reactance. When your freedom feels restricted, your brain tries to reclaim it by wanting the restricted thing even more. That's why diets feel impossible after someone says, "You can't eat that." Suddenly, that exact food becomes all you think about. Not because you're weak, but because your brain hates being controlled. This also explains something wild. When someone says, "Don't fall for them," or "They're bad for you," your brain can start romanticizing them because your brain turns it into a challenge. So the trick isn't more control. The trick is reframing. Instead of, "I can't have it," try, "I'm choosing not to." That tiny shift gives your brain freedom. And when your brain feels free, cravings lose power. Next one is shocking. Your brain can literally make time feel faster or slower. 5. Your brain warps time. Ever notice how a boring class feels like 3 hours, but a fun day disappears in 30 minutes? That's your brain playing with time. Time isn't just the clock. It's your brain's memory density. When something is new, emotional, or intense, your brain records more details. More details equals it feels longer. When something is routine, your brain compresses it. Fewer details equals it feels short. That's why childhood felt so long. Everything was new. And that's why years start flying as you get older. More routines, less novelty. Now here's the crazy part. In danger, time can slow down. People in accidents often say, "It felt like slow motion." That happens because your brain switches into high alert mode and records like crazy. So if life feels like it's moving too fast, it might not be time. It might be a lack of novelty. Do something new once a week. New place, new food, new skill. Your brain will stretch time again. Next one. Your brain can make you feel a pain that isn't coming from your body. 6. Your brain can create pain or relief. Pain feels like it comes from the body. But pain is actually a decision made by the brain. Your brain collects signals and decides, how much danger is this? How much should we feel? That's why stress can cause headaches, why anxiety can cause stomach pain, why your shoulders get tight when you're under pressure. Your body sends information, but the brain interprets it, and the reverse is also true. Your brain can reduce pain. That's why placebos can work for some people. If your brain strongly expects relief, it can release real chemicals that lower pain. This doesn't mean pain is fake. It means pain is processed. Your brain is basically a security guard. Sometimes it overreacts. So if you ever felt physical symptoms during stress, you're not imagining it. Your brain is trying to protect you, just in a messy way. And finally, here's the one that controls your habits more than you think. 7. Your brain chooses the easy path automatically. Your brain loves saving energy, so it builds shortcuts, habits. The first time you do something, your brain is active and alert. But the more you repeat it, the more your brain turns it into autopilot. That's why you can walk somewhere and barely remember the trip. That's why you can open an app without deciding. That's why you can snack without realizing you started. Your brain creates loops. Trigger to action to reward. Example: trigger, stress. Action, scrolling. Reward, temporary numbness. Over time, your brain learns stress, scroll, and it becomes automatic. So if you want to change a habit, don't fight willpower alone. change the loop. Keep the trigger, swap the action, keep a reward. Stress to deep breath, plus music to relief. Stress to short walk to relief. Stress to water plus reset to relief. The goal isn't to become perfect. It's to design autopilot. Because your brain will run something automatically anyway, so you might as well choose what it runs. If any of these made you go, "Wait, my brain does that?" Subscribe. I post short, curious human facts like this every week. And comment which one shocked you the most. Curious human. Now you know.